Yeah, I'm about to start the show.
Start the show then, Gene. People been waiting on you all day.
I'm just gonna wait till everybody come in.
Why you gotta wait, man? Just start the show. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, come one, come all. Yeah. They in here. Yo, Gene. I see y'all coming in. You got Dr. DeCosta. You got Pretty Gangster. The Deacon's daughter. Oh, they in here now. Lucky Lefty, Big'em. All your moderators. Christy O. Todd. Oh, they flooding in. The Train Master. I see him now.
Yeah, come and be a member, y'all. On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow. Gene be talking that real shit. Yo, we gotta go.
Yeah, this Jay Prince staff, huh? What's going on? What's up with it, Jay Prince? Alright, this paperwork party, man. I seen you was on my Instagram today. Paperwork party, all on you. Paperwork party, all on you.
The GeneDealShow, paperwork a producer. We sliding in like Medusa. It's getting looser and looser. Got some exclusive for losers. They on my Instagram daily. They mad cause paperwork and Gene under the they gon' hate me. So get your membership, subscribe and hit the like button. Best content on YouTube. We ain't doing this shit for nothing. Come on. The Cash App, PayPal, or hit the super chats. Relax and tune in. We about to give you the
Yeah, come and be a member, y'all. On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer. We sliding in like Medusa. Paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer. That's on that GeneDealShow. Paperwork a producer, my boy GeneDeal, man. Paperwork a producer. We sliding in like Medusa. Paperwork the producer, paperwork the producer, paperwork the producer. That's on that GeneDealShow. Lego,
Lego,
yeah.
Lego, 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 Lego.
So with it, Gene. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody out there. Good morning to my man Paperwork. Good morning to the Paper Clips. Good morning to the Bodyguard.
Can you hear me, Gene? I can't hear you.
Man.
That could be my phone, man.
iPhone 16, that 16 is working real good today, bro. You heard?
I can't hear you. Let me go out. Can you hear me, Gene?
I can hear you.
Oh my God.
I can hear you. Yes, yes.
You can hear
yes.
me? I can't hear you. Let me go out and come back in. I cannot hear you at all. I done picked up the wrong motherfucking phone, man. I gotta start driving to the studio in the morning. Everybody can hear Gene but me. Okay, let me go out. You finna have a good time laughing at me today. Hold on, let me try to fix this shit.
Again. Everybody, how y'all doing, man? This is actually the birth date of the Notorious B.I.G. And I think we probably in day, 12, 13 of the trial?
I think we on day 8. Can you hear me? Day 8?
It's the day 8?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think it's day 8. Let me see. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, check and see what day it is of the trial.
Yeah, day number 8.
Day number 8. And this, and this is the birthday of the Notorious B.I.G. May 21st.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about something when you said that Biggie's mom died right before the trial, bro. Like literally what, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Do you think she would have been, coming sitting on the front row, bro? Cause she was bold, bro.
Oh yeah, she would have seen it. You know,
Dang. Now, do
she
you
probably
think
would have. It wouldn't
was
have been for no more support from him.
nah, fuck that. Do you think she would have came and sat on the front row in person?
It wouldn't have been no moral support for him.
Nah, I know
She
that.
wouldn't have came to support his ass. I know that for a fact.
Nah,
I
hell
know that
nah.
for a fact.
Trust me, I know that for a fact too. Cause
Yeah. She would
and happy birthday to Biggie Smalls, man. Me and Gene, we done had Miss Wallace on the show a couple of times, and she gave Gene her blessing live on the show to continue the work that he's been doing uh, on this case, and bringing justice for her son. So, yeah, shout out to Biggie Smalls and Miss Wallace. Rest in peace to both of them.
well, it's more. I can't say it's justice. I can say it's enlightenment. And what
Fact.
I mean by that is enlightenment, when people know the behavior and the atmosphere that was happening behind scenes, they could go on and come up with their own assumptions, or they could come on their own thoughts and their own peace of mind of what really was going on. All I was being a vessel to let people know what was really going on. When people was trying to hide and masquerade certain shit, God led me to be a vessel. You understand? Led me to be that person that's strong enough that could take all the criticism that I get, that could take all the bullshit that I get, and continue to speak the truth and continue to do the right thing that need to be done, bro. That's all I was a vessel, bro. I was a vessel, and I'm just glad that God picked me as one of His humble servants to do that shit. Point blank. Paperwork, you saying something? I guess he not. Well, anyway, everybody, let me look at some of the comments too. Yesterday, the prosecution told the judge that this would probably be an 8-week trial, and we have 6 more weeks of testimonies that we're going to bring to the courts. 6 more weeks.
I'm gonna come on the last week.
Yeah. I'm eating yogurt and
Applesauce.
Power Up Trail.
Yogurt and applesauce, huh?
Yeah, niggas say applesauce.
Now, I wanted to show y'all. Now, today, gang, Kid Cudi is going to be on the stand, and Kid Cudi will be testifying today. Now, the first time Kid Cudi, let me see, the first time Kid Cudi name came up, I texted him and called him. I'm gonna show y'all some text messages between me and Kid Cudi because I think he cussed me out on these text messages. So but Kid Cudi testifying now. Now, what you think about Kid Cudi testifying? Because right when they got Diddy last year, I contacted Kid Cudi, and Kid Cudi want to talk to me.
He didn't want to talk to you?
Now he didn't know who I was. I'm finna show you the text messages. He didn't know who I was, and I was really just saying, nigga blew your car up and shit. But this is the time when it first came out about Kid Cudi. This is that time when everybody was basically just on his ass. So I had sent
Whoa.
him a text message. Let me show
No
you the
didn't.
text message. I said, what's up, kid? Hit me back. He said, who is this? I said, this paperwork part in Texas. He said, who? And he said, PWP. I said, yeah, paperwork party. He said, nah, my name ain't on none of that. In other words, he said his name ain't on no paperwork, bro. He talking about his name ain't on no paperwork, but he's sitting up in court today. So nigga, your name on some paperwork. And then he started laughing when I said, nigga, that's my name. He started laughing. All right. So then he said, nah, I'm good. I said, bro, you tripping. He said, who the fuck is this? He said, what's your name? I said, like Scott Raymond. I said, you want my government now? He said, bro, stop playing on my fucking phone. This ain't no fucking Cudi, which we already know is you, nigga. He told my niggas weird. I said, I ain't playing if I'm trying to help you, nigga. Help who? I said, you scared, call me. So I called him, he didn't answer the phone. I said, help you. He said, do what? I said, nigga, that nigga blew your car up. Now he got you on the list. I'm trying to help you. No bullshit. He said, bro, shut the fuck up. You blocked. So this text message between me and Kid Cudi, y'all, I was trying to help him out when Diddy blew his car up, but you know, I was trying to help him out when Diddy blew his car up. So he, you know, that's me and Kid Cudi. Gene, what you think about these texts?
Nigga, why was you trying to help him out?
I don't know.
Exactly. Man.
Shit, nigga said, why was you trying to help him out?
These widows out here, man. Listen here. Tell that nigga to go to the police. He better go to the police. He better go to somebody. Everybody want to play gangster, bro, until it comes down to be gangster.
Bro, okay, I'm gonna tell you why I was trying to help him out. I found out that P. Diddy blew his car up, right? So I was like, well, let me call this nigga and see, you know, if I can help him out. I don't know what the fuck. But he act like, at first he knew it was him, then he act like it wasn't him. But nah, that nigga blew your car up, nigga. So Kid Cudi, if you watching, that was me texting you, my nigga, and I was trying to help you out, but I heard he blew your shit up. All right, so yeah.
Yo,
They say he testifying today.
Something else came out. They were saying that Justin Bieber team, his lawyer team, put out something that he was never abused by Diddy, right?
Facts.
But we've seen tapes and films that Diddy handled him in a way in which something happened to them, something happened with them, something happened around them. And then after Justin Bieber, and it has been said that after he left Diddy's house and after he left that whole week or whatever he had with Diddy, he started getting on, he got on drugs, pills, weed, and his whole thing and his whole lifestyle changed from that 1 week with him.
Nah, for real.
Damn. And we've seen on tape ourselves how Diddy has handled him in the public's eye. Now, if something else came out that Clyde Davis had settled with Usher and his mama long time ago about some shit. I wonder what that is. Do anybody know anything about that?
I heard about that.
With that? Huh?
I said I heard it. I don't know how. I don't got no paperwork to prove, but I did hear about it.
Have anybody in the chat seen anything on that?
They talking about Mary J. Blige. Mary J. was fucking old boy from Death Row. What's his name? I ain't mad at ya. Danny Boy. Mary J. was fucking Danny Boy, Sir Stoddard.
I thought Danny Boy was underage.
Yeah, he was. Danny Boy was like 16, 17 when he said he was fucking Mary J. Blige when he was like 16, 17. And Mary J. Blige, did she fall in love with that nigga? But Danny Boy gay now, so I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't a good experience. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I heard Mary got that thing allegedly. I ain't mad at ya, no. I ain't mad at ya.
Was that the Danny Boy song or something? Oh,
Huh? Yeah, that you know that Tupac
that's
song?
Tupac song.
That was Danny Boy singing. I ain't mad at you, no.
You say
I
Danny Boy was
ain't
15 or 16 years old.
mad. Yeah, he was young. Big Mama say he was 15. He was young. He wasn't 18.
Well, that's just like Chris Brown. Chris Brown, Chris Brown was 15, 16 years old, and he was having sex with one of the Def Jam's executives with her old ass.
Yup.
She might have a Diddy trial.
Man. Rio say, I love paperwork. Rio, you like that? Matter of fact, if y'all don't know who Rio Rio is, let me see if I got Rio queued up. You must be on my other computer, Rio. Let me see if you're on her queued up. I ain't mad at you, no. I ain't mad at
So now, man,
you.
Give
you
a shout
know,
out to Paperwork and the Paperwork Party Network. I thank
Hey,
God
y'all,
for
that's
allowing me
Rio
to.
Rio. For y'all that don't know, the beautiful Rio Rio that be going to get them turkey legs from DeSoto at that AutoZone. Rio Rio go eat lunch at AutoZone every day. She buy hamburgers and she be buying stuff from that AutoZone, okay? That's Rio Rio. So whenever I talk about a woman that be going to buy turkey legs from AutoZone, this is Rio Rio, y'all.
turkey
All right.
legs at AutoZone.
Yeah, okay, so it's a truck that pull up in front of AutoZone and they ain't got no permit to be in the parking lot. And the nigga pull up and he just open up the door and start selling wings and hamburgers. And that's where Rio Rio go get her lunch every day. And his family around the corner stealing water from AutoZone, washing cars, and she get her car washed and she get a turkey leg every day.
And that's important for what reason?
She's one of my. I've been knowing Rio Rio for 4 years. She's a paperclip. We love Rio Rio. We trying to get her to
Oh.
a real. Yeah, we trying to get her to a real restaurant, my nigga. I'm tired of her eating that water AutoZone. The nigga ain't got no permit. I'm tired of her eating that AutoZone.
Okay.
Got real, man. I love that. Yeah, they stealing water. They ain't got no permit to wash cars. They got people on the corner with signs talking about pull up here to get your car washed. They stealing water, and Rio Rio think it's all good. We love you, Rio. Shout out to Tawanya Long, man. Appreciate you coming and appreciate the donation to Tawanya Long. But that's
Yeah.
Rio Rio, y'all. That's my beautiful Rio Rio.
Paperwork and the Paperwork Party
Hey,
Network.
yo,
I thank God for allowing me to come across his path and to become a part of the movement. Paperwork come with receipts and he come with the paperwork. And I love paperwork and I love Paperwork Party. Gang gang.
Gang, gang. Go ahead, Gene. That's Rio Rio.
okay. Yo, Big would have been what, like 53 today, bro?
Wow.
Is that right? I
That's
think Big. I
crazy.
think I think Big would have been 53 today. Man, I'd have loved to see that nigga as an older guy, bro. Yo, we used to have so much fun. I mean, like on the joke shit. Big was real. Big was a funny motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know it takes a lot for a big black cock-eyed motherfucker to be funny. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real.
And we used to go at it, man, because and you know, Big was a hater too, bro. The Big was a hater. You understand? And niggas be talking that bullshit because we was in North Carolina one time, and it was this bad red bone, and it was this bad chocolate sister, bro. I swear they was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? And the girl wanted to talk to me, bro. This is no motherfucking joke. She wanted to talk to me, and then but Big was trying to snatch her up, right?
Yeah.
So her girlfriend then went with Big them, and then she ended up in my room, and Big called down to my room. He said, "Yo, G, you one of them hating ass niggas, man. Yo, you let that chocolate thing get away. You understand? I don't believe that shit, man. You understand? Yo, you was hating, bro. You don't like that."
Yeah.
I say, I ain't say a motherfucking thing. I said this. I said, "Babe, say hi to this nigga right here."
Oh, you wrong, bro. You are wrong. You are wrong. You
And
should have
dog,
just kept it quiet. You should
huh?
have told her. You want that nigga to know you already had her.
Yeah, but it wasn't no, it wasn't that I was gonna go try to slay it, nothing like that. Not at all. You understand? she came back to the NY a couple of. Yeah, we was talking to her, so she came because I didn't know she was a dancer. You understand? So she came and she stayed at my crib for a couple of weeks, and she was dancing and working up there
Damn,
like that.
hold on, G. Hold on. Shout out to Miss Sloan. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate you supporting the paperwork party. I'm a Navy vet. Appreciate your service. G, hold on. You didn't say all this. She stayed with you for 2 weeks and shit. What you mean
Bruh,
she stayed with you for 2 weeks?
she came up some other time because she wanted to dance, I think at Sue's or some other place like that. She wanted to do some New York dances, so she came and stayed
Okay.
at my crib. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This
She
was
can do
way
some
back
dance.
then, dog, man. Listen here, man. I was
Nah,
young.
hell nah.
I
Hell
was
nah.
young.
Because
Yo, this was in
because you
90.
just
This was
said
in
something
96,
important.
bruh. This was in
You just said
96,
something
bruh.
important. You said Biggie contacted me and said, how did you let her get away? And you put her on the phone to show that she did not get away. As
Not
a
at
matter
all.
of fact,
Not
you
at
let her
all.
do 2 weeks of extended stay at Trump Tower.
No.
You made sure she was living good.
It wasn't that Trump Towers, nigga.
What you had at the Red Roof?
but she got Trump in his tower.
Ooh.
Nigga, that was 96, bro. That was back in the day, bro. That was back in the back.
But hold on, you said some real shit that got me though. You said, and this is real, my nigga, what you said. You said, damn, I wish I could have seen him get old. Bro,
Yeah.
do you know how many homeboys I think about, my nigga, they don't, when they died, they didn't even have gray hairs. They didn't even, it's like, bro, it's a lot of homeboys I never got to see get old, bro.
But see, bro, this is what you don't understand. It's the difference, bro. I pulled this nigga out the car and I knew he was dead.
Yeah.
You understand? This nigga made hit records that I'm gonna hear for the rest of my life. You
Facts.
understand? It's a difference, bro. You know, I've had homeboys, I've had dudes I grew up with, I got dudes that I played kickball with, basketball with, baseball, football, tag. You know what I'm saying? As dudes that I've been with as kids, and they have left here and went on to the new world or the other world that it still don't have the impact that it has on you when you set on stage and you've been on stage with practically one of the greatest rappers of all time. And
Facts.
you know, being a college basketball player, playing pro am and everything, you hear people cheering and crowding for you, but you heard that energy because you was on stage with Notorious B.I.G. and you felt the energy from the crowd. I didn't even know that type of energy exists. And
Yeah, yes.
I've heard, yo, listen to me, bro. I've heard people cheering on the basketball floor, on the basketball court, and the crowds erupting and shit like that. But that energy I felt from the stage by being with Big, my man, I never ever felt that in my life before. You understand? It's crazy, bro, because I never recognized him as being like a star like that until I was on stage with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy to me, man. You know what I'm saying? We was in Cleveland. Him and Lil C's was in, I'm looking at him in the back because I'm on stage already. So he got to walk this way. He had death threats and everything. You understand? So
Yeah.
Puff was like, yo, Gene, go on stage with Big, man. Make sure he's good. So I said, all right, cool. So then he had death threats. So, and we in Cleveland, bro. So I'm watching backstage. I'm looking like this, waiting to see he's going to come out. And he on the microphone, right? He on the microphone, bro. And he going, I said, what, this nigga about to have a heart attack or something? But he's on the microphone going, and him and Lil C, and I look in the back, him and Lil C's is warming up to come on stage, and they doing the Kid and Play dance. I said, I ain't know that nigga dance like that. They was doing the Kid and Play dance. That shit was funny as motherfucker. And
That
so
shit
then,
crazy.
and so then, bruh, the shit was going, boom,
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
shit, yo, and that nigga was like that, ah, ah, and then that nigga came out. He just came out stage real quick, like he was almost running, bro. He was like, and he was, who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, now I'm yawning,
Yeah.
wipe the cold out my eye. Yo, the stage there, woo!
Yeah.
Yo, it was so furious, bro. Where that shit almost knocked me back. That roar was like, woo! I was
Yeah.
like, this nigga is a star.
Yeah.
This nigga is a star.
Yeah.
Having that feeling, I will never ever forget that shit in my life from
Yes.
Big. And Big giving me that right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's giving me that right there. So and I said this 1,000 times, by him sitting down, telling me his life story, telling me all his plans he had, telling me all his dreams, ain't nothing these niggas could say, ain't nothing these niggas could do, you know, to make me believe or make me think I didn't do the right thing by coming out and letting everybody know about this nigga Diddy.
Facts. You did the right thing. Facts.
Happy fucking birthday, the Notorious one. I don't give a fuck what
Facts.
nobody say. Yo, it's a fucked up thing that you ain't here, bro, but you here. You gonna get your justice and you gonna let the world know. And the world will know, bro. You understand? Because can't nobody stop what God got planned.
Facts. And I'm gonna tell you something else before I read this super chat. If you ain't never been on stage with like 30,000 people in the crowd, you don't know what that energy feel like. I know exactly what you talking about, bro. If you in the crowd and you never been on stage in front of like 30, 50,000 people, you don't know what he talking about. I've been on stage, the same stage, Jeezy, Gucci. I done been on stage before and I know that energy, and that's a whole different type of energy, y'all. It ain't like no basketball game. That's a different energy. When you get on stage and there's 30,000 people looking in your direction and they cheering and they enjoy, that's a different energy, bro. So I know exactly what you're talking about, my nigga. Go ahead and read that super chat, Gene.
Where's that? I don't see it, bro.
It's on the. It says "Rest in peace, King of Rap." You don't see that on the screen, bro?
Okay. You said super chat.
Yeah, that's a super chat on the screen, sir.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
R.I.P. King of Rap.
Oh, damn, I took it out. Hold on.
Look at you, man.
Go ahead.
R.I.P. King of Rap, Biggie Smalls. Thanks, Gene, for them stories. Yo, I appreciate you, man. I
Nah,
appreciate
Gene,
y'all.
that was a good story you just told, Gene, cause I felt the energy when you told the damn story. The way Biggie ran out like a boy,
Yo, man, he right.
boy.
Yo, and he was like this. Yo, bro, I wish you could see me. He was like this. Well, who the fuck is this? Paging me at
Yeah,
5:46 in the morning. Crack, yo, man, that shit. That I feel that same energy today when every time I tell that story. When I tell that story about that man, that nigga, yo, bro,
facts.
yo, and I was on that tour with him, the Al Heyman and shit like that. It was crazy. That tour was crazy, bro. Jodeci, it was Treston did something. Naughty by Nature had did something. For that Flavor Unit tour, man, that shit was off the chain.
Hey,
And
Gene.
huh?
Hey, Angie B in the crowd say I felt the energy too. Gene, you just told that story so good, bro. A lot of people in the crowd felt that energy when Biggie ran on stage. I swear to God, bro, the way you explained it, bro, everybody feeling the same energy you felt. Shout out to Angie B. Go ahead.
Y'all was just reading something else. Gene had an amazing memory of the best energy. The thing, yo, that's because Gene wasn't doing drugs. Gene wasn't drinking. Gene wasn't doing all that crazy stuff that all them other niggas was doing. That do it every day. Yo, every day. I don't care what people do when they get grown. When you get grown and you didn't got your kids through school. You done did what you supposed to do as a parent. You have did what you supposed to do as an adult. You understand? If you want to drink every day for the rest of your life, that's your business. If you want to smoke every day for the rest of your life, that's your business. But it's a time and it's a place for everything, bro. It's a time and a place for everything.
Shout out to Shelva TV. Shelva TV say he was in front of 100,000 people. Bro, I know exactly what that energy feel like, Shelva TV. Go ahead, Gene. My
Yeah,
bad.
Chevron TV. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, see, but listen, me playing college ball, man, and I played D1. You know, I played in stations like Louisville, Florida State. You know, Florida. They got them big ass arenas and shit like that.
Yeah.
You played in stuff like that. You played in stuff like when we went with Lamar University. We blew their ass out. Well, I mean, we beat their ass down there to go to the second round. Clemson, you played in big places, man, where the crowd was like that, and you ball and everything. You didn't feel that. That energy that came from that stage and the people yelling at big, you know, screaming at big. Yo, man, that shit hit me. I don't know why it hit me.
Nah, and you know what,
I
Gene?
wasn't performing.
Gene, nah, bro, you felt it, my nigga, because you was assigned to protect the life of Biggie Smalls. Your job was to make sure nobody touched him while he was in his moment. That's
Right,
why
on
Puff say
stage,
go.
yeah.
And bro, when that energy hit, my nigga, you felt every piece of it, just like Biggie did, bro, because you was there just like he was for the same reason.
Yeah.
Now, I feel energy a lot, bro. We working on Angie Stone case right now.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I be feeling
Here we
energy,
go.
bro. I be feeling energy with Angie Stone, my nigga. I'm just telling you, I be feeling a lot of energy.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna get you, man. I be feeling my energy. Boy, hey.
I know you work hard for that, man, with that Angie stuff.
But I be feeling energy. That's what I'm saying, bro. I
know that.
be feeling spiritual energy.
Okay.
Rio laughing at you, man. Rio laughing at you, man. Rio getting on you. Oh, everybody laughing at your ass. I'm gonna get you.
They laughing at you.
Y'all laughing at me? What the fuck? Happy birthday to the king of rap. Shout out to Styles Auto, man. Appreciate the donation. Happy birthday to the king of rap in the house. Happy birthday, Biggie Smalls.
Yeah,
and
man.
Angie Stone. The energy, motherfucker, boy. We love you, Angie. We love you, Biggie.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna get you.
Yo, Gwen said, "Yep, you paper."
I'm gonna get you, Gwen. Gwen laughing at me. My bad. I thought y'all was laughing with me. Now y'all laughing at me. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so somebody in the crowd said Kid Cudi not gonna testify, but if you look on the screen, Gene, it say Kid Cudi is expected to testify no earlier than Thursday. So either today or tomorrow.
Yeah. So I think that they got the list out that all the people who's going to testify, but must be having a lot of, because the prosecution told the judge yesterday that we have about 6 to 8 more weeks in testimonies before we hand it over to the defense.
Damn, you got to hear the prosecution for 6 weeks?
6 to 8 weeks, about 6 more weeks.
That's humiliating, bro. The
Yeah.
average black man trial lasts about 3 or 4 days, and they gone to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
They gonna drag this one out 6 weeks. Let me see. I definitely want to hear Cudi. I want to hear what Kid Cudi got to say, because Kid Cudi supposed to be a rapper. He's supposed to be, come on, Christio. He's supposed to be. You see how me and his text messages. You see how he was talking shit in these text messages.
Mm-hmm.
He was acting out crazy, nigga. You the one got your car blew up. That's why I said at the end, I said, nigga, they blew your car up. I'm trying to help you, nigga. He talking about block. Fuck you, nigga. We finna see what you got to say on the stand. Since you didn't want to talk to me, Kid Cudi, since you didn't answer the phone, but you texting all this bullshit, when you get on the stand, let's see if you tell the world he blew your car up, all right? You didn't want paperwork to help you. Now you want the feds to help you. I see why you want the feds to help you out.
Yeah, but that's what they're supposed to do their job. Anytime bombs or any kind of explosive is done, bro, that's automatically federal.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right.
That's automatically federal. So he can't even do nothing about it, bro. Anytime a bomb is set and blow up, whether it's a firebomb, if it's a firebomb, anything that was set like that, and property, place, or thing, the feds have to get involved in it, bro.
The feds have to. And you know what, Gene? You're right about that. And it's not just a bomb, it's an explosive. Anything Yeah, anything that's an explosive that resembles a bomb, local police have to contact the feds. So that's probably one reason because the feds do have to get involved when it comes to explosives and bombs.
Mm-hmm. And then the feds can turn it back over to the state or the city, but they can get it. They can get involved in that shit, just like kidnapping. That's
Yeah,
automatically federal.
yeah. Every kidnapping is an automatic federal case. If somebody is kidnapped, the feds have to get involved. Local police, they have to involve the feds on every kidnap.
Yeah, man.
Hey, do you
Hey,
know why, bro? Hey, I know why, Gene. Do you know why the feds have to be involved on every kidnapping?
no, I don't know why. I just knew they did.
Let me tell you why. Do you remember that dude back in the day? It was like in the 1920s. I think he was like an air pilot or some shit. And
No, his daughter. You talking about
yeah, his
the daughter
daughter.
was? Yeah,
Yeah,
his daughter was. It was called. What was her name?
I
Oh,
forgot her name, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah.
When they kidnapped his daughter, they had to get the federal government to help find her because local police couldn't do it. So they said every fucking kidnapping case after this has to be federal because when you kidnap somebody, you can cross state lines and the local police don't know it. So that's the reason that the feds got to get involved with every fucking kidnapping.
Right.
Is his name
What
like
was
Lindbergh or some shit?
Amelia Hart? Amelia Hart. It was Amelia Hart kidnapped. It was a I think it's something like Amelia Hart.
Was
Hold
it
on.
like Lindbergh or some shit like an L?
No, Amber Alert. Somebody say
The
the Amber Alert.
Lindbergh baby.
The
Lindbergh's
Lindbergh,
baby.
yeah. Yeah. The Lindbergh baby, yeah.
Yeah. So, somebody, who is Earnhardt? No, it was Lindbergh, y'all. It was Lindbergh.
Earnhardt there was a pilot. She was a pilot. It was Lindbergh baby. It
Nigga,
was the
Earnhardt
Lindbergh
used
baby.
to drive cars, nigga, them race cars.
No, that's Earnhardt. Amelia Earnhardt was a pilot. I think she was a pilot, bro.
Okay, so the Lindbergh baby is this. Shout out to Dr.
It was
Savannah.
the Lindbergh baby.
It's the Lindbergh baby. So, gang, back in the day when people used to get kidnapped, local police never could find them, so they deemed them missing for years. And then when they finally kidnapped somebody that was a famous person, the Lindbergh baby, the feds had to get involved. So they said from now on, every fucking kidnapping we will have to get involved with. And it's all started with the Lindbergh baby.
That's probably because of jurisdiction. Because a lot of cops couldn't go into other cops and come. People used to go in their other territory.
Facts.
That's like when that's why they made things called marshals.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Because a marshal was deputized by the federal judges, so that marshal could go everywhere to get the crooks. Because that's just like if you robbed the bank in Missouri,
Yeah.
you could go to Kansas City and be free because the Missouri cops could not come. The Missouri police could not come to Kansas City and arrest you or do anything because they had no jurisdiction. So
Gene,
they had to make what they call federal marshals.
they said that Amelia Earhart is the person that flew around the world and disappeared.
Yeah, Amelia Earhart. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know she was a pilot, something like that. But they tried to make like she was the first woman pilot, and she wasn't. It was a lady that was the first, a black lady that was the first female pilot.
Why is black people always the first something? How the fuck a black woman become the first female pilot? What the fuck she doing?
Bro, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? You done fell and bumped your head, bro. We was the first in everything, bro.
That's
I
what
don't
I
care
want
what
to.
you
What?
say. We was the
How was
first
the
in education. Timbuktu, bro. Timbuktu was the first university that everybody
bro?
from around the world, from Greece to Rome, everybody studied in Timbuktu.
Why are we
Maximilian,
all?
huh?
Why is the hit? Why are we always the first in everything, but in 2025 we are the last? Why every
Because,
time? Why every time I look up, a black woman was the first one to fly the plane. A black woman invented the broom, the peanuts, all this type of shit, but we ain't got nothing right now.
bro, that's not true. What they want you to do is when you say stuff and believe stuff like that without doing the research and knowing, you can speak like that. But when you know and you've done the research and you see how they try to hide, which they trying to hide shit right now with that what they call it, where you can't go back and change history, what it is, and make it right. You understand, bro? We've done things throughout the world. You know, the first motherfucking cataract eye surgery was done in Egypt. You understand? Before BC, before Christ, bro. We were educators, and where Europe was still pissing and shitting in the streets, we was the one who made irrigations, toilets, and all that shit, bro. You got to know the history, man. And because what they did with the George Washington papers was to hide that history. That's why you think George Washington was the first president of the America, but he wasn't. He was the first president of the United States of America.
All right, hold on, Gene. Somebody in the crowd. I don't know if this is a paperclip or a bodyguard. I don't know. I don't know if they on my page or your page. If you a paperclip, get the likes up, gang, on my page. Get the likes up on Gene page too. If you in the building and ain't hit the like button, get the likes up, gang, and share this page. Somebody just Googled this shit. Look like the first woman pilot was Ramonde de Ralada of France. That's what she said. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe Gene. I believe it was a black woman.
Bruh, check this out, bro. Who was the first black female pilot?
I think somebody put in the thing said Cassie something.
Oh,
Her name Bessie Coleman, I believe, Gene.
yeah, I think so. Hold on. Who was Bessie Coleman? Bessie Coleman, 1892 to 1926. Elizabeth Coleman was an early American civil aviator. She was the first African American woman who first navigated America to be a pilot license. I think she went to France to get her license too.
Damn, Bessie was moving around. She wasn't no slave, was she? She must have had her papers.
Bro, listen here. It was a lot of black people. See, what happened is y'all don't understand. There was a lot of rich and there was a lot of well-to-do black people in America. What they did was, with the George Washington paper was, George Washington wrote this whole thing, said that we have to eliminate what the Native Americans was, which were black. We were the Native Americans, bro. The people that was here before anybody. There were people of our indigenous nature and indigenous culture that was here. So what they did was, we have to eliminate all their history and make up this old shit, and then bring in slaves from the Caribbeans, and then try to make all black people into slaves. And that was the Native American Indians. So when you see the motherfuckers fighting and they say Redskins, Indians, and shit like that, no, they was fighting us, bro. They were fighting black people. They were Native Americans.
Crazy. That's some hoe ass shit. That's crazy,
They fooled
bro.
us, and the George Washington papers and all that shit like that. If you read that shit, it goes say, because this country right here was given over to them by the Moors. I don't want to get into that shit, man. This Biggie Smalls. I want to tell Biggie Smalls stories, man.
How do we get on that?
Tell Biggie Smalls stories, man.
Hey, tell Biggie Smalls story, but I don't even know how we got on there. But go ahead and talk about Biggie Smalls, bro.
Man, listen here, man. We were in D.C. and Biggie was drinking Don Perignon, and Puff was drinking Cristal, and it was my birthday, and D-Rock's birthday was the next day, right? I was born October the 16th. He was born October the 17th. So Big was like, yo, Puff, it's Gene's birthday, and yo, it's D-Rock's birthday tomorrow. We got to do something big for them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's your man bodyguarding you. D-Rock got me. Yo, we got to do something, man. We got to do something big. So then Puff was drinking Cristal. Big was drinking Don Perignon. So Puff was like, Big was like, yo, man, yo, hit this, man, for your man's birthday. And Puff took a pull off some weed, because I never ever seen him smoke weed before until that's the first time I ever seen Puff even take a hit. And he started coughing, Big and started laughing and shit like that. So Big was like, yo, get them niggas that gold card. We gonna close the door. They locked the door. They got the door and let me and D-Rock get like 5 outfits. We was in this place in D.C. Let us get 5 outfits apiece. Goddamn, he took me shopping. So we got 5 outfits apiece, and then Big said, yo, man, fuck that. Put that shit on the budget. Let everybody get an outfit. So everybody on the whole tour bus got an outfit, man, on me and D-Rock's birthday celebration in that motherfucker, in that place in D.C. We had went to Howard University because he was performing out there. She was crazy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Now, another big story is that Charlie Baltimore told that story and stuff like that, but about him and them getting into a fight. But I want
Was
to tell
she on crack for real?
Huh?
Was Charlie Baltimore on crack for real?
I ain't never seen Charlie Baltimore be on no crack. Who said
She was
that?
just like she looked like that in real life.
What you mean?
Like a crackhead.
Never. Man, listen to me. Back in the day, Charlie Baltimore was like a red bone dime. And I didn't know she was that young. She's about 17 years old, bro. Looking like a grown-ass woman. I didn't know that. And then they said Charlie Baltimore was messing with hustlers like that out in Philly ever since she was like 15 years old, driving Benzes and BMs and all that shit.
Bro, look at the crowd, Gene. The crowd is saying she was too thin. I'm looking at the crowd. The crowd saying she was skinny, too thin. So I ain't the only one that noticed it. I don't know why you didn't notice it. She's like a crackhead to me, bro.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. Titties, ass, all that. Charlie Baltimore was slim, what they call Slim Goody? Charlie Baltimore was Slim Goody, bro. You couldn't front on her. Not at all. She come in the room, man, and she would light that shit up.
She'll light what up?
The room. That's how fine she was.
I thought you were talking about the pipe. Keep going.
Oh, there you go, man, with your
bullshit.
I'm
fucking with you.
That bullshit, man. Yo, she was Slim Goody, bro. For real, for real. You understand?
All right, keep going with your Charlie Baltimore story. Were they knocking her down?
Who?
Charlie, because, she was in there with everybody. She was competing with Lil' Kim, I know.
Nah, she wasn't. No, Lil' Kim was a pretty girl, man.
Lil' Kim was running the show, bro. Lil' Kim, bro, everybody had that, I know I don't want to eat my pussy. Nigga, that whole CD was all around Dallas going fed. Like, Lil' Kim was running the show with the females.
Yeah, but Big told me, yo, you think Lil' Kim did what she did and the numbers she did, wait till Charlie Baltimore hit. Look, Big had a campaign going on for Charlie Baltimore on a for real. Because she said Charlie Baltimore did a lot of her own writing. Yo, she could write and wait till the campaign we do on her. That shit would have been crazy, bro. Her and Lil' Kim on the same motherfucking label. They probably would have been the first 2 girls that ever did to go platinum 4 or 5 times. Cause Big, yo, listen to me. He could write for girls. Big could write for anybody, bro. He could write for anybody.
So wait a minute. So what happened to Charlie Bart? Like, why she didn't get to where she needed to be?
Because niggas was looking at her body and how fine she was and not giving her the credit and what she needed to be a rapper, bro, and to be an artist. That's how it was, bro.
She was blackballed. Hey, was Charlie blackballed?
I wouldn't say she was blackballed. They was looking more for what they could do with her in the bedroom than do with her in the motherfucking recording studio.
Oh,
you understand? When that sucker ass nigga got with her, and I ain't gonna say nothing about the dead no more, man. F him, but you know who I'm talking about. This nigga is calling niggas up. You know, I'm sending dudes offers. He calling niggas up. He said, yo, man, guess who I got? You know, I got Charlie Baltimore with me, man. You know what I'm saying? We on the tour bus, man. She gave me head all the way from Texas to Miami. I was like, man.
Whoa, golly, bro! Look at the screen. They saying Charlie Baltimore is a sex worker. Gene,
How she was a sex worker?
you just okay? Well, right when I put this on the screen, you told me she was giving somebody head from Dallas to to Miami. So
No,
she
I
may
said
have. That's
the dude was on the phone, on the speakerphone, talking about, yo, I got Charlie Baltimore with me, bruh. You understand? You know, I'm thinking about signing her and everything like that. She gave me head all the way from Texas to Miami. I was like,
damn, nigga. I would have signed up too, nigga.
nah, man. They should be dealing with those kids with their talents, bruh. Not
Let
what
me
they
ask
could
you a
do in
question,
bed,
bro.
bruh.
Do you believe that, bro? You believe she did that? You thought he was lying?
I know he wasn't lying, bruh.
Whoa!
I know he wasn't lying.
She said that with a straight face. I know he wasn't lying.
I know he wasn't lying, bruh.
Damn,
But
bro.
he got on Drink Champs and lied and said he never did nothing with her.
Bro, I'm nigga from from Texas to Miami, bro. Now I done got head going from city to city, but not state to state. Damn.
I could just hop it.
Woo. All right, Charlie.
Sure.
All the way, state to state. They say she got that marathon throat. Shout out to Mose. Boy, Charlie. Happy birthday, Big. Charlie got that job on, y'all.
Yeah. Um, it's another thing, man. Like Big, you know, he told me, you know, what he was gonna do with Junior Mafia, his new label and everything like that. Big was been turning into a businessman, bro. He was sitting in there reading contracts the whole 9 yards. You know, he was shocked that I had read his contract with Bad Boy. That Puff ended around, Kirk Burrow said Puff ended around when Big died, he snatched that shit back and changed the whole shit. And he could do that and get away with it because he had already placed big management, Mark Pitts and Wayne Barrows. He had already placed them with Ms. Wallace, so she wasn't know what to fight against and not to fight with. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was with her till the day she died because me and him had a few phone conversations and I was supposed to be getting to New York and he was making sure that that was delayed all the way to the way she died. So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. But yeah, listen here. It's a trial date. You know, they got one of the guys from the Homeland Security. He's testifying today on what they found in Diddy's house. He didn't testify anything about the baby, or I guess they're going to get another person to testify about that stuff. He just placed it there. And then you know these Homeland Security guys, they got different. They may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
I
hear me?
think, yeah, I can hear you now.
Maybe they're gonna get. You know, they got different people. Hold on. Hold on, man. Let me get this.
All right, you good. All right, gang. So, we are waiting to see who is going to be coming out from testifying. We got a bird's eye view of New York. Well, we should be having a better view now. If you're in the building and you ain't hit the like button, gang, get the likes up. All right. If you're on the Paperwork Party channel, be sure to hit the like button. Make sure the likes is matching the views. Be sure to share this live. Thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate all my paper clips. If you're on the Gene Deal Show page, be sure to hit the likes. Appreciate all the bodyguards coming in for Gene Deal. And the Paperwork Party, man. Shout out to all my people, man. Appreciate everybody coming in today with us as we do this. Y'all can hear me right now. Gene muted, not me. I think y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Now, I don't think Lil Caesar will be testifying. I don't think Lil Caesar will be testifying. Yeah, the lights are definitely free. Shout out to unbothered underscore Hayes. Appreciate that. They're definitely free. Yeah, today is a real crazy day, y'all. Real crazy day. Appreciate that. So y'all do hear me, yeah. Shout out to Korea, Diane, Stella. Shout out to let me see. I wish Farnsworth would say, ooh, that's a good one, Shamarian. Shamarian. Shamarian Eaglin. That's a nice name, Shamarian. Hey, Shamarian, that's a good one. That's a real good one. I haven't heard his name none in this case. That's a good one. All right. Yeah. Farnsworth. That's a real good one. Because he used to live with Diddy. Yes. Shout out to Christio. Farnsworth used to live with Diddy.
No, he didn't, man.
Bro, Farnsworth did live with Diddy for a
No,
little
he did
bit.
not.
Okay, well, tell us the Farnsworth story because people want him to testify.
That nigga didn't live with Diddy.
Tell us the Farnsworth story.
That nigga lived on 70-something Street. Well, Puff lived on 74th and Park. Farnsworth lived at another spot, bro. Nah, I ain't
Okay,
living
was it a
together.
tunnel? Was it a tunnel that connected the houses?
Hell no, it was in New York City, bro. He lived with no damn Diddy. He had his own place.
Okay, so well, he had his own. So okay, so what you know about Farnsworth? Because you already know where I'm going with this. It's a lot of shit going on with these rumors that they broke up, or some bullshit was going on with Farnsworth and Diddy.
Farnsworth was a thief.
Ooh, somebody say
Chopper,
he was.
Chopper even said that same shit he stole from him. He was stealing shit from Diddy. You know what I'm saying? That one,
Whoa, how
that
much
one
did he
guy,
steal?
that one guy testified too that he had to take lie detector tests and everything. The guy who testified yesterday, he said, did he make him take lie detector tests because a watch came up missing, a bracelet came up missing, and they made him take motherfucking lie detector tests.
Hey, Dud Della Cream. Send me that timestamp on my Instagram, what you got on the screen. All right, send me that timestamp. I want to know what he said. Let me see. Shout out to this nigga. Say, bro, here go dinner plate right here. Look at dinner plate. He's still talking about them tunnels. Did Gene ever see the tunnel? You know what, Gene? That's dinner plate. Gene. Dinner plate want to know if you ever seen any of Diddy tunnels. Shout out to dinner plate.
Yeah, the fucking subway, New York City subway. That's the only tunnels you getting in New York, bro.
Well, you ain't never been to the one in Florida?
No, I ain't never been to his house in Florida. I
Okay,
wasn't fucking with him then.
hey, dinner plate. The subways was in Florida. All right, dinner plate.
No, the subways is in New York City.
What my bad. The
The subway
subways
in
in
New
New York,
York City. That's the only motherfucking tunnel he ever went through, nigga. You know,
but
they ain't play that shit in New York.
I already that's dinner plate, man. Dinner plate in the house. So yeah, the subways in New York, the tunnels is in Diddy's Florida home.
Florida and motherfucking and California.
Now I wouldn't be too mad about the tunnels because as a famous person, if somebody break your house or anybody, you would want to have a way to get out the house. And going through a tunnel is a clever way. But people get tunnels built for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now how you gonna tell a dinner plate to go away, Nicole? Just because he wanted to see them tapes the other day, that don't mean he can't come in the crowd and support the channel. Come on, Nicole. Dinner plate is nasty. We all agree. He want to see the tapes, okay? But don't tell him to go away. Come on, Nicole. Look at everybody saying hi to dinner plate. What's up, Purple? Everybody saying hi to dinner plate.
Oh, look at this. Put this up here, man. Put
Which
that up
one?
right there.
Right there?
I already put it up. I'm learning something. I know I could put stuff up too now. You know what
Did
I'm
you
saying?
put is that you put that up, Gene?
I just put that up.
Okay.
Mr. Love is going down. Tish said he hired a new justice attorney to make sure the government won't take all his money while while he's away from kids. I just got a phone call. When I got that phone call, I just found out that he's selling his plane, he's selling all his houses because he knows that the federal government is trying to take everything from him now.
Why he didn't sell his shit at first? Why? I mean, that's a given. I've been knowing like that makes sense.
That phone call I got, they want to know who they should contact, because they found out everything is going up for sale right now as we speak. And I said, yo, listen here. This is somebody from out in California. I said, what you got to do, you got to go through the business. You got to see who business handling his business affairs. You understand? And because people want to buy the property, they say they're going to tear the house down because the house is nasty. They're going to tear the house. They just want the property.
That's crazy. Nicole is
You can't even fumigate the house.
hell nah, that ass, you gotta take them swimming pools and demolish them. It's ass everywhere, boy. Baby oil in the seat in the cracks of the house. Nicole Perry is mad at dinner plate. We love you, Nicole. Now she's laughing at dinner plate. You know what? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. We done sit here and made dinner plate. We done made dinner plate famous, man. Look, I be giving some good ass names, right? I think dinner plate is one of the most creative names I came up with. So dinner plate, now you famous, nigga. Go do something with it. Go get some AC now that you're famous, nigga. Go get some deodorant. Go ahead, Gene.
Somebody just put the Jews in New York City has tunnels. Yeah, but they in Brooklyn. They in Queens, not in New York City.
Wow. Everybody's Stella like dinner plate. You know what? Out of 4 years, I done came up with about 100 nicknames, maybe 100. I think dinner plate is a good one, y'all, because they got to stop eating each other over Africa. And every
Oh
time,
my God. No, you didn't say that, bro.
that's the how he came up with dinner plate. We were talking about
Oh my
we were talking about
God,
them
man.
eating each other in Africa, and I told
Yo,
him don't get ate up by his neighbors.
bro. Stop spreading that bullshit, man. Africa is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's the only continent that hits all hemispheres. Did you know that, bro?
Yeah, I know that. Go
All
go
right.
live there.
Yeah, I will. And I
You ain't
could.
going to live there, nigga. If them niggas see you out on the street, nigga, you what up?
Man, you
What up,
crazy,
boy?
bro. It's not like that in all places in Africa, man. They got cities that are beautiful, bro.
You have to admit, Gene, if you are in a bad part of Africa, nigga, you are the dinner for that night. Now, come
Nigga,
on.
if you in a bad part of Memphis and you in a bad part of Texas, you food.
But they not gonna eat you, my nigga. They literally eating people in Africa, bro.
Yeah, okay, man.
And,
Uh,
and dinner and dinner plate is in a part of Africa where if you out after 8 o'clock, nigga, you the dinner, nigga.
nah, man, nah. I can't go with that, bro. I can't go
Yeah,
with that.
okay, well go to Africa then. Nigga, I'll give you $100,000 right now to go live in Africa.
All right, well, then write the check, nigga. I'm
I'll
over
give
it.
you $100,000 to go to Africa and go. And nah, I gotta pick the part of Africa you gotta go.
Oh, nigga, now what? You gonna put me in the jungle with lions, tigers, and bears? Lions, tigers, and bears? Nah, we ain't doing that, bro.
No, hell no. I'm gonna pick the part. If I give you 100,000 right now, let me pick the part of Africa you gotta go in, nigga. Let me pick,
Yeah,
nigga.
okay.
Let me
All right.
pick.
Then can we get back to celebrating the life and the legacy of the Notorious Big on his birthday, bro?
Let's
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
Happy
And this
birthday.
Diddy trial, man. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday, Big.
Yeah, bro. Yo, can the people can you ask the people, bro? What was their favorite Big tune song?
You talking to the same people I'm talking to, nigga.
I just want you to ask them, man, because you probably get a better result, man. You know what I mean?
Nigga talking to the same. All right, y'all. Gene want me to ask y'all, what you want me to ask him, Gene?
That's all right, man. Forget it. You always messing up shit like that. Hey, y'all. Hey, what was your favorite Big tune, man? For real. What was your, no, better yet, not your favorite Big tune. What was your favorite Notorious Big collaboration?
Oh,
Ooh.
bro. You already know what my favorite Big collaboration is. Everybody in Biggie, Biggie. Hold on, here goes some breaking news, Gene. Hold on.
Mike Page is going to be returning to the hosting seat likely tomorrow, but I will be with you for the duration of today. So I did want to just get back to the very latest information. Unfortunately, We no longer have a live look outside the federal courthouse in New York City, as we were showing that to you earlier this morning. We do still have this live look of the skyline right there of downtown New York City. So on the stand right now is a psychology expert, Dr. Dawn Hughes. She's testifying right now, talking about trauma response, and the trauma bond that can keep a victim in a relationship with her abuser. So the very latest is this. She has been talking to the jury about trauma bonds during her testimony today in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial, explaining that because these relationships start with love, the victims continue to want that feeling. And when they are shown that love, they want it back. And that creates, she says, a psychological attachment called a trauma bond. So that is according to Dr. Dawn Hughes testifying right now. She says that victims love their partner despite the violence and abuse. So when times are good, that creates a very strong bond. She then claims that because the acts of abuse are so private and oftentimes humiliating, the victim only turns to the abuser, creating that very powerful bond. So Dr. Hughes claims a trauma bond has a sense of hopelessness and makes.
Damn, bro, you know how many relationships and how many friendships I got that's really based on trauma bond, my nigga?
Yo, but dog, but don't overlook what they're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
The reason that the prosecution is bringing expert witness in right there, because you know what Dawn was saying, what Cassie was saying, and them staying in the relationship with him or trying to get back with him and do something is for two reasons. One, because they did have love for him. Two,
Facts.
they did have love for the fact that they wanted to be singers. They wanted to be stars. They wanted to be those famous people. And three, the Stockholm syndrome, that whereas that you can love your captive or love somebody who have done trauma to you. You understand? So now what they're doing is they want the jury to say, okay, yo, listen here. Dawn may have went back to Diddy and was afraid for her life. But listen, you got to understand that Diddy had all the power in the music industry. He had all the power that if she didn't go back to him, nobody would work with her anyway, because they would try to get his approval first. And if he said no, it meant no.
Right.
You know, he had the power, man. I was right there when he told a Hot 97, was it W? It was Hot 97. He told them, if that bitch Wendy Williams is on the radio when I come back to New York, ain't nobody gonna ever fuck with y'all station again. He told a radio station that, bro.
Wow.
None of my friends, none of the people I do with, they're gonna do business with y'all. And I'm gonna make sure they snatch all endorsements, all ads, and everything from y'all. And all she was just saying, he was gay.
Damn. You know what? He may be behind what's going on with Wendy Williams now, because it seems like a lot of his enemies are real sick and getting poisoned and disappearing. And because Wendy Williams, she doing real bad right now.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we was on my show praying for Wendy Williams one day. Like, we literally had to pray for Wendy Williams, bro. All right, so let me hear what this defense lawyer got to say real quick.
Because you were mentioning something very important, considering that she is giving blind testimony. So she doesn't know the details of the facts. And I think a lot of people wonder, okay, so when does the prosecution reach out to an expert saying, hey, look, we want you on a certain case. Don't read or don't, figure out any of the specific details. How does that work?
Well, they don't. It's sort of understood. They don't tell the expert not to do anything. They just don't provide them any information for that. And then that way the expert can go up there and just sort of opine. And it's a very sort of wash, rinse, repeat process. You see it in a lot of child abuse cases. You see it in a lot of domestic violence.
So basically they saying that the psychologist is up there talking blind. She knows nothing about this case. She is giving her perspective of a trauma bond relationship, which, just like you said, Jay, remember yesterday who was on the stand? It was Cassie mama, remember?
Right.
So since Cassie mama was on the stand, now they got a psychologist saying, okay, so this is the reason that Cassie kept going back. And this is the reason that, you know, the mama was supporting them and this and that because of this trauma bond relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Monique, man. Good morning, Big Gene Paywork. I'm just getting the chat. I love you guys. What did I miss? You missed nothing. You missed nothing. We are just chilling and kicking it. Appreciate the donation. Appreciate
You
you
told us she
company and
missed
Monique.
nothing.
And well, you go ahead and recap for it then. You want to recap for Monique? Go ahead. You got the
She
flow,
said,
Gene.
no, you ain't got to recap nothing for Monique, bruh. But don't
She.
tell her she missed everything, bruh.
Oh, you missed a lot.
We was talking about events with Big. We was talking about things Big did and said on stage. We was
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
today big birthday, Monique. Today big birthday.
yeah, she missed a whole lot, bruh. Come on now. We just kicking and kicking like that. Nah, come on, man.
All right, you got to rewind it, Monique. You got to catch up. Appreciate the donation. Monique is in the house.
Yes.
Somebody said, "Come on, paperwork." What do you mean? Come on. Where do you want me to go? Come on, Rob. So be specific. What you mean?
I don't know what you saw, man, but I think that the most I seen out there was the Bone and Biggie thing. So I'm gonna tell a Bone and Biggie story. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, the Bone and Biggie, Bone and Biggie, Bone and Biggie. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite collabs.
They did that shit in California, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Bone Thugs came to the studio, and Big was sitting in the chair and everything like that. And Puff was like, "Yo, you gonna write yours?" You and Big were like, "Yeah. I'm gonna write mine. I'm gonna write that." So Big had a pad in front of him, and that nigga wasn't writing shit.
Whoa.
He wasn't writing nothing, bro. And so then I said, "Man, hurry up, man. Write that shit." You know, I'm fucking with him like that because I always fuck with Big. You understand? I always fuck with Big like that. So we was in there playing pool, and dog, I'm not even a great pool player. I'm a good pool player at the best. You know what I mean?
You know what, dude? Was you scared to play me in pool when you came to Dallas?
No, bro. What the fuck is you talking about?
We never played pool, bro.
No, I know. I know you had a pool table and everything, but I wasn't playing. It didn't come up.
Okay, well, it's gonna have to come up next time, bro. Because if you some pool player, you know what? You know what? Why are you a pool player, but you walk right by the pool table and then let me know you was a pool player?
But bro, what I'm trying to say to you is that most people who have pool tables in the middle of their house, you would assume that they pretty damn good pool players.
You know what? I am one of the best pool players in Dallas, so you probably did good by just walking by the table because you don't want to play me.
Yeah, I'm not like I just told you. I'm a decent pool player. I'm not a great pool player in the whole 9 yards. And a fire ball off the corner rail, double tap into the side rail, into the next corner. No, I ain't doing none of that shit. But I beat everybody that was playing pool that night that we was playing against when I was playing against Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Wow, that's what's up.
All right. So now Big was in there talking, and then Big told me, he said, "Yo, I'm just gonna sit here and smoke all these niggas weed up, and I'm gonna write my shit when I go back home to New York." And that's what he did.
Facts.
He ain't going in the booth. He ain't do none of that shit.
So wait a minute. So it's Bone in Biggie. He freestyled that whole thing?
Yep. I guess he did that when he got back to New York.
You know what? And this is funny. Look
But
at
the
the
nigga
screen.
told me, he said it's just like this. I'm gonna flip them niggas on style.
Wow. Hey, Judah, you gotta ask Rio where that truck at, Judah. Now you sitting up here with a red dress on and a wine glass, and you want to know where to go get some turkey legs from AutoZone. Come on, Rick. It ain't making sense, Julie. All right, you got that dinner gown on, but you want to go to AutoZone. So if you want to know where the food truck is, you gotta ask Rio Rio. All right, and you know what? I may be in DeSoto later on today, Julie. So let me know if you want to go out and go get. We can go to Papa Do's. Let me know, Julie. I'll take you to Papa Do's today. Yeah, I see you laughing. Got that wine glass with the little dinner gown on. To my where the truck at? All right, and you ain't asking for nobody else, Julie. You asking for you. You trying to get your car washed and everything. Yeah. All
Yo,
right, Gene.
I gotta tell people, man. The Gene Deal and Paperwork show. Paperwork has a podcast. Gene Deal do not have a podcast show. Gene Deal just is a old dude that come here, have fun, talk, shoot the bullshit, and tell stories about some of the adventures and some of the things that happened in his life. I don't aspire to have a podcast. If somebody got enough money and say, yo, we want to give you a podcast show, nigga, I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. But
Already.
at this time right now, I don't have a podcast show. Paperwork has took this to a whole nother level, and he gonna continue to take this to a whole nother level because I believe we do a damn good job together, giving y'all the information and giving y'all the things that y'all need to help y'all navigate through this whole bullshit that we're going through.
Already. Shout out to Big Gene. Big Gene got a damn good podcast show. Even though he don't think it's one, but just because you're not sitting in the studio with lights and shit like I be doing, your podcast show is effective and your information and your knowledge, is well needed. So you don't have to be sitting in the studio with lights and shit. You have one of the most effective podcast shows on YouTube. You just don't know it. So you do have a good podcast show.
Well, thanks for that, man. I appreciate that, man. That and the motherfucker token to get me a train ride.
For real. Yep.
Yeah, about it.
But yeah, so this trial getting out of hand. Look like Kid Cudi ain't gonna get on the stand probably tomorrow because they got a psychologist. That boy, I swear to God, they make sure the crowd, not the crowd, they make sure the jury is tired as hell. Like we ready to go home. They want them to go to jail. Let's just give them 15 years and go home. That's why they be draining the damn jury. They could have ended this whole trial in 2 weeks. They want to drag it on for 6 weeks. Shout out to Hamilton. Appreciate that. Yeah, Gene, you gotta see people in the crowd say they look. See, Gene, I'm telling you, my nigga, your podcast show. When I first met you, I told you your show is way different from other people. Now, I'm not comparing you to Jaguar Wright, but ain't too many people can get in front of the camera and hold a whole show for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and the whole crowd learn a lot. It's people that get in front of the camera like without with equipment and shit, and they don't be making no sense, bro. You one of the people that can sit in your living room, my nigga, and let the world know exactly what's going on. They say it's raw and uncut. Shout out to Prince. It's raw and uncut. Now, I told you, my nigga, if you had a studio, if you had the lights like I do, your shit'll be 10 times banging. But right now, my nigga, your shit is already on point. You see what I'm saying? So, nah, you got one of the best podcast shows on YouTube, bro.
Damn. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I try to come to the people, I just give the people me, bro. This is how I am. This is how I am. Like remember we was up in real life, man? You
Yeah.
know, like that's how I am, bro. No matter where I go, you're gonna get the same gene. Sometimes you get that quiet and reserved gene, but if I am who I am.
Facts. Nah, for real, you got to. Don't change up for nobody, my nigga. If somebody offer nigga a podcast or something or a show and they got some good numbers, my nigga, then you can, but nigga, stay doing what you doing right there, my nigga, for real. Cause sometimes I don't even feel like driving up to my motherfucking studio, bro. You see what I'm saying? I'll be on the freeway sleeping, smoking weed, goddamn it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yo, I'm gonna tell this last story about Big, bro. And like I say, Big was a hater, bro. He's a good dude, but he was a hater. Little Kim had went out with Jodeci and Trexnam to a club one night, right? And back in the day, Tretch was knocking everything down.
Nah, Tretch was crazy, baby. I remember Tretch.
Yo, Adina Howard, Tretch on the tour, Tretch was knocking everything down. You
Until
understand?
the dawn.
Yo,
And we
them
can
girls
fall.
was in love with some fucking Tretch. You know what I mean?
Nah, I believe you, bro. I know how Tretch was. Not about a nigga. Tretch was the shit. Tretch was cool with Tupac.
Yeah. But they was in love with that nigga Tretch, bro. He was locking everything. So I don't know what happened. And I don't think Lil Kim made her call as far as getting back to the hotel that night, to her room, and Big got mad. So he went to throw Lil Kim off the tour bus that they had. Because she was on the Biggie Smalls tour bus, and then the girls, the total of them had their tour bus and everything like that. But she was on Big's and them tour bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was some ruckus over in that motherfucker. So Puff told me, he said, yo, Gene, he ain't go himself. He was like, yo, Gene, go over there and make sure Lil Kim get off the tour bus safe, man. Because somebody calling me over there and saying that, Big is about to do something to Lil Kim or whatever like that. How the fuck ain't that his girl, one of his girls or something? Nigga, that ain't none of my business. He like, yo, Gene, just make sure she all right, bro. I said, yeah, all right. So I go on the tour bus and Lil C's was trying to say something because he was laughing because Big was throwing her off the bus. He said, get your shit and everything like that stuff. So I stepped on the tour bus like that. I'm up at the top and Lil Kim's getting her shit. And Lil Kim says, Lil C's bitch ass was talking shit. Lil Kim, stop. She turned around. She said, C's, you say a mother. She went to C's face. She said, you say a motherfucking thing. Laugh if you want to. I'm going to beat the shit out you. That nigga Lil C shut the fuck up like, you know.
Wow.
You know how a nigga like shut the fuck up like and don't send the smile and everything just wiped off his face like that nigga was pledging on somebody's line. Yo, I was dying. She got her shit and she went on for the rest of the tour. She was on the bus with Total and
Total.
Total, yeah.
What the hell Total at? Ain't that like a bowl of cereal or some shit? They just
No,
said
bro,
Kid Cudi. You
stop,
know
bro.
Total is a bowl of cereal. They just said Kid Cudi about to testify, Gene.
Yo, get out of here.
Name one Total song. You got 5 seconds. Name one Total song. 5 seconds.
What you do to me?
Nigga, how I go, bro? How I go?
Can't you see what you
What you
do
do
to
to me? Oh,
me?
yeah.
Our
It's
love
all
is
meant to be.
guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, I remember that shit.
Eventually. Yeah.
All right, look. You got 10 seconds. Name a second Total song. 10 seconds. One more Total song.
Kissing you.
Oh, fuck. How the hell you know them damn songs, man? God damn, I don't know nothing, boy. I'm trying to prove Total ain't did shit. You sit up here naming the damn song. I don't know them songs. I just know the other one. Where is Total, bro? How old is Total?
No, Total, what happened is that one of those girls' husbands said she could never ever perform again as long as Diddy, because he know Diddy did them niggas wrong, robbed them and shit like that. He's an actor. She married to one of those actors used to be in Juice, that played in Juice.
That's crazy. Nigga, Diddy done fucked up a lot of people's careers. I forgot all about Total. Nigga, Total, nigga, that's a name I ain't never thought of. Total.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
she
Omar
met.
F. She married Omar F. Somebody just, thank you, Tanya. Tanya Walker said she married and Deshaun Omar F. Omar F said, yo, fuck that nigga. He better
Yeah, a
not
lot of
never.
people.
So Omar F got a little hate in that nigga because Omar F also was cool with Tupac. You understand? So he might have probably tried to came at Keisha, foul some kind of way, and Omar F, like, yeah, nah, motherfucker. Fuck that.
Bro, don't you know? I'm gonna be real. I ain't trying to be big and bad, crowd. I'm gonna be real. Why nobody ever put Diddy in his place? I'm
Yo,
one.
bro, that's not true, bro.
Okay, well tell me, because bro, if
Yo,
he get
bro.
nigga Omar Epps like he can fight, why nobody? You let me know when somebody put him in his place.
Yeah, I've seen Wolf snatch that nigga up a couple of times. Heavy D used to snatch that nigga up. That nigga, everybody don't know Heavy D was a gangster. Yo, Heavy was a motherfucking gangster, dog. He ran that mob up in Mount Vernon. The fucking what you call them guys? The young guns. You understand?
Wow.
He ran that crew up there because when we got into it with the young guns at the party, Heavy came down and he talked to the dude over Slick and the family, Slick, because they about to go to war with them niggas up there. Right? Heavy came down and did the peace treaty with that shit. You understand? He told them the niggas, yo, y'all fucking with the wrong nigga when y'all fucking with Slick, bro. You understand? So now, what I'm saying to you is this. I've seen Heavy snatch that nigga up, bro. I've seen Wolf snatch that nigga up. So niggas was checking him.
Hey, Gene, you know I got into it with Heavy D brother, right?
I remember that I was on the phone when you had a conversation with him.
Yeah, so yeah, I do know a little bit more about what's going on with Heavy D. I forgot you told me Heavy D was a gang. I forgot you told me that shit, but yeah. Me and Heavy D brother got into it. If y'all want to see me look into the death of Heavy D, be a member of the Paperwork Party page. I got videos of me going into with him, and Gene was on that case with me when we did the Heavy D. Go ahead, Gene. And they stole all the nigga money from his daughter. That's crazy. And Diddy went to Heavy D funeral with a cast on his arm. All right, remember that. Diddy went to Heavy D funeral with a fractured arm.
Oh no, Heavy was a real one, bro.
Christian said, "Hey, how I get to a Heavy D family?" What happened was when we was working the case on Heavy D, I was looking into their financial records, and I found out that his brother was stealing money from Heavy D daughter, and
Allegedly.
allegedly. And when I called him and confronted him, he started cursing me out, talking about who the fuck is you, how you know, da 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 da. And then he left me a mess on my answer machine, talking about I'ma kill you, we gonna come get you, da 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 da. But he didn't know I had a page. And when he seen it I was live, he kind of shut up a little bit because he know everybody knew he had stole the money then, because he thought I was just by myself. He was like, damn, that
No,
nigga got a page.
I went to the baby christening when she was first born, right? I went to Heavy D daughter christening. You know, they had a little thing at his mom and dad in them house and shit like that. It was so funny. And then I got close to Heavy.
Boy.
And I say, so no coffee in your cream? no cream in your coffee?
No sugar. To my that no sugar, no cream son nigga
No, he said no cream in your coffee?
had.
Why am I saying that, y'all? Why am I laughing and saying that? Ask the crowd, why am I laughing and saying that, man?
Hey y'all, why is he laughing and saying that? Shout out to Monique, man. Big Jane Total Tour last year. Mine just came to New York City. Shout out to Monique. Appreciate that donation. Why is he saying no? What you say? No cream in the
They say,
coffee?
why'd I go to Heavy and I said no coffee in my cream? I'm doing the show now. Nooney, I'm gonna call you back, all
No
right?
cream in the coffee.
Yo,
Yeah.
no cream in the coffee.
That song, Black Coffee, No Sugar, No Cream.
Yeah, but why am I saying that?
Was he with a? You was with a white girl? He what? Wait a minute,
The
hold on.
baby, who was that that said it first?
Oh, hold
Because
on.
he had a white. The baby, his daughter's by a white girl. The white
Nah,
girl
it
used to
is.
work as a
Nah, for real.
waitress. The white girl worked as a waitress in Justin's.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
She had the fatty though.
Facts. Bro, I got one for you, bro. Did you know that his daughter was hanging with?
Justin though. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I got pictures with all them together, chilling together, having fun. Let's see what this update is real quick, Gene, what they talking about. Hold on.
Headed the raid of Sean Diddy Combs' Star Island mansion back in 2024. He was detailing, items that he found, handguns, AK-50 just rifles as well with some of the
Yeah,
file numbers filed off.
AK-55.
Shoes, drugs. What is, I guess the question I have is, what's the point? Where is this?
Ma'am, I got all
leading?
that shit in my house, okay?
What is the significance of what they found inside the house? Because you have to wonder, why are they bringing up like 10 pairs of platform shoes? What's the point?
Well, so I think it's a great question, but because I think what it does is it all dovetails into the allegations, which are RICO and the sex trafficking, as well as we're talking, a criminal case, bringing a criminal case, it's inference upon inference. And what it does is the government is building on those. And with the testimony of the psychologists today, you're going to want to show that, when somebody's in love with somebody, they tend to do something. When somebody's afraid of somebody, they intend to do what that person wants even more. So we're talking about these freakouts. So we know we have a love affair going on that went on for, close to 20 years. We know that we've had these freakouts. We've heard about pools filled with oil, so on and so forth. And now we heard that people had to wear costumes. So we're seeing some of the costuming and we're seeing the guns. So I think all of this goes to prove every count that there is, including the RICO count, including that other people had to help Diddy pull this off. So I think it's very poignant evidence in this case.
So, and you were talking about.
Got safety protocols? Granger has the safety pros to call.
Additional help, additional aid.
She talking about AK-57s. He talking about freakouts. These motherfuckers need to stay away from the Diddy trial.
That you have to have for that racketeering charge. When it comes to laying out the evidence, is it more effective? And I'm just kind of curious about the strategy, because sometimes it might take a while for the jury to kind of string these pieces of evidence together, and they may be wondering, why this, and then the next day, why that, but then it all adds up. Is that a more effective strategy, just providing a little bit of evidence each and every day versus kind of these like shocking moments? Is that a strategy that they're looking at?
Yeah, I think obviously you want to keep the jury informed. When I try a case, you want to keep them informed. You want to keep them entertained. But let's understand, this is a federal criminal trial. The judge has reined them in a little bit in terms of, when the evidence will be presented, how long a cross-examination will be. But it's like a puzzle or building a building. Okay, you're going to do it one level at a time, one layer at a time. So it's really important to do inference upon inference. The government has a 96% conviction rate. They're very likely to get a conviction in this case, and they're going to continue entertaining the jury. That it's very sexually prurient allegations. The jury wants to hear this kind of stuff, and not every day in trial can be that exciting. So it's just a matter of building piece by piece by piece by piece until you get a complete picture of all the criminal wrongdoing that's going on here.
All right. And we did want to just let our viewers know, we just got this in. The court it has now recessed for lunch. So the cross-examination of the psychologist, Don Hughes, is going to resume after that lunch break. We were talking.
Okay, so the court has recessed for lunch, Gene, and the psychologist is still on the stand, which means that Kid Cudi may not testify today. What you think about that?
Well, if he don't, and if he's in if he's in the pool to testify, he will. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, like the lady said that, and he said he's just trying to. You heard Dawn's testimony, you heard Cassie's testimony, you heard Cassie's mother's testimony, and now they wanted to have a psychologist, and you heard the testimony of James, you heard the testimony of the cop or the Homeland Security officer investigator who went in there. So now they just trying to painting a picture and want the jury to understand the psychological point of view, or why these people dealt with him and still deal with him, whether it was for financial reasons because that was their job, or whether they were in love, whatever the situation was. So now I believe that it's getting to the point whereas that they're going to start piecing everything together, and Kid Cudi is one of the facts, whereas that if he paid somebody or he had somebody blow this kid car, you know what I'm saying? He's using criminal enterprise. He using people in his in in his in his what you call that?
Your position?
No, he using Puff. He's using people that work for him. Just let me just do it in layman's terms. He
Yeah,
using people that works for him to commit crimes for him.
facts.
So that's criminal enterprise. You know what I'm saying? He's using those people to commit crimes for him for the sake of his enterprise.
Facts. Another thing about Kid Cudi, I know you got some expertise on this. Do you know? Do you think Kid Cudi got a profit, or he just doing this because he mad he got a car blew up? Do you think
I
they
don't think
holding
no
something?
no no no. I don't think Kid Cudi did anything to need a proffer agreement to
Okay.
testify. You know what I'm saying? You know, he probably just testified for the fact that he think it's going to help Cassie. He think he's going to help the people that was victimized by Diddy. And plus, if this motherfucker blew up your car, wouldn't you testify?
I mean, it just depends, because if they already buried him, I'd be like, you know what? What my testimony gonna do? He already going to jail. Like literally, I'm gonna
Man,
take.
fuck that. Listen here. Yo, if a motherfucker blow up my car and I'm not, and I'm a taxpayer, I'm gonna do it the taxpayer way. I'm not gonna go out there and blow up his car. Now I get the same charge he got, or I got him back. He just blew, because you go to court, you're gonna say, well, why you blow up his car? Because he blew up mine.
Well,
No,
this
nigga,
one.
you going to jail.
What I ain't gonna lie, I did forget this one nigga. This one nigga had pulled a rifle out and shot in my direction. But what he did was I had my back turned, and somebody told me to duck because he had a rifle pointed at me. And then when I turned around, he shot and he missed. And they called the police and the dude went to jail, right? And
Mhm.
so I say about 7 months later, I got a call from the DA telling my, we need you to get dressed and come testify. I'm like, testify about what? They talking about the dude that shot at you. I said, what? Why you want me to testify? They told my because we finna put him in jail. I said, I'm not finna motherfucking help y'all put no black man in jail. I said, look, y'all, what y'all got me as a witness or some shit? They were like, yeah. I said, I'm not doing that shit, and I hung up in her face. Right? They threw that case out. So my thing is this. That's just me. I'm different from other people. If somebody blow up my car, my nigga, I'm not finna testify against them in court if they blow my shit up. That's just me, bro.
Well, thank you for that bit of information, paperwork. And we really truly appreciate that you are being a nigger in this case. You understand? But me as a black man, you blow my motherfucking car up, this black man will say, that's the nigga that blew my car up. If
You know,
you shoot at me and I don't kill you and stuff like that, and I gotta get on that's the nigga that shot at me right there.
hey
Nigga.
Gene, let me ask you a question. Did you know that the Dallas police blew up my BMW about 8 years ago? Have you ever heard me tell that story?
No, I haven't heard you tell that story, sir.
Bro, the Dallas police put a bomb under my BMW about 8 years ago. I let my people know. I got the video and I got the picture. I'm gonna show you, bro. I done had a car blown up before, bro. They was trying to kill me in Dallas. The Dallas police put a bomb under my shit.
Nigga, I did not know that. If I knew some shit like that, I wouldn't have never rolled with your ass in Dallas.
Oh my god!
Ass calling me a cab. Nigga, I want the quickest Uber. Let me get a
Man.
lift.
Whoa, that
Nigga
nigga
trying
got
to kill us.
you did ride with me, didn't you? You rode with me before, okay?
No.
Damn.
Shit. Nigga, what?
Man, they blew my shit up. Somebody asked in the crowd, why did they do it? Let me tell y'all real quick. I'm just gonna give y'all a quick story real quick. You know, I don't got no Gene stories. I got fucking thug stories, y'all.
Hold
Let
on,
me
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The nigga said, Gene, you a rat. Yeah, me and your mama too.
who said that? Where is that?
So I'm a rat. Nigga, get out of here. That's
All
what's
right, he
wrong with you,
blocked.
ignorant. That's what's wrong with you, ignorant, non-tax paying ass niggas. First, I'm not gonna sit here and let somebody shoot me or shoot at me, and then if I don't do nothing back, because 9 times 10 you shoot at me, nigga, I keep mines on me. I'm shooting back. But other than that, and I'm legal. I'm legal to do that. I'm legal to do that for myself and any third person. But if they got you for shooting at me, nigga, listen, you going to jail. I could be all the rat you want to, but your ass going to jail. You blow up my car, nigga, you going to jail. I'll be all whatever you want to be, nigga, but I'm going to be here free. A taxpayer, a motherfucking man, a father, a brother. Come on with that old non-ignorant ass. That's what's wrong with black people right now. Not black people, niggas. You understand? You let niggas sit out in front of your stoop and sell drugs, and you wonder why your daughter is a drug addict and some kind of freak prostitute in the street. You let niggas sit out there and damage other people's properties and stuff like that, and do all kinds of crazy shit in your neighborhood and wonder why your shit come up stolen all the time. Get back to being black. Get back to being indigenous. Get back to being, somebody with some principles. And we'll all be all right. Now wreck your ass on out of here.
Nah, he gone. We got him out of here a long time
That's
ago.
all right, man.
Nah, you right though. You right. It's certain situations. Like I knew for a fact that dude that pointed that gun at me wasn't in his right mind, and he had already, we had already gotten to it before, so I already knew. So I wasn't finna go testify against him. I just, if I catch him in the streets, that's what it was. But I wasn't finna throw him in jail or not. Fuck that shit.
Well, I
But
hear you, bro. I hear you. I understand that.
no. I'm telling that dude in the crowd. My situation was different from Gene's situation. I'm telling that dude in the crowd that my situation totally different. But back to my car real quick. Uh, I had some stuff in the car, and I was being followed, and they had placed a bomb under my BMW, and I let my cousin use He was driving the BMW that day, and he was doing his thing, and when he pulled up to the gas station. That's when they hit that trigger and it blew up. It was right there on the side of the freeway. It had the whole freeway smelling like all the way down the freeway. You can smell it all the way down the freeway. They blew up the whole load. Let's just say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I done had a car blew up before, man. I already know. Kid Cudi, yeah, yeah. Go watch the episode when I break it down why they came after me.
Well, yeah, man, but these people kill me, bro. The first thing I do want to say is they say terminology. Let me just add.
Gene, I think you went mute. I don't know, Gene. I think you went mute.
I will
There
resume
you
this
go.
tomorrow, as we will do. Yeah.
Hey, Gene, we didn't hear
Oh,
you. You was mute, Gene. We didn't hear you.
Calling April.
yeah. What you call? Somebody was calling in on my phone, so I got
Oh,
to charge
okay.
for my other stuff. You understand? So now, let me educate this. First of all, you dumb ASS. A rat is an individual that does crime with you and turns state evidence against you. A snitch is an individual that don't know you, and he turns state evidence against you to get his own self out of trouble. A confidential informant is an individual that the government is paying money to gain information so they can commit a crime, bring you up on charges of a crime. A citizen is a motherfucker that you commit a crime on, and he called law enforcement to take your black ass to jail. I am a citizen, and I will always be a citizen. See you,
Already.
take care, and salute. Yo,
Gene,
paperwork, let's get up out of here, bro.
all right, but yeah, I was just gonna say you ain't gotta address them motherfuckers, Gene. You see what I'm saying? Everybody know Gene solid. Like I said, shout out to Jamal. Jamal say Gene is a real nigga. You see what I'm saying? And Gene protected street niggas. Y'all gotta understand that, my nigga. It was out of street niggas that depended on Gene to protect him as a bodyguard. Shout out to Jamal, man. So you really ain't gotta explain to these niggas what's going on, because we already know. But yeah, we finna get up out of here, man. Look like Kid Cudi gonna be testifying tomorrow. Me and Gene will be back in the house tomorrow. Gene, is there anything that you have to say before we get up out of here, gang?
Man, listen here, man. All us wish, and it's hard to say this, bro, that we wish Tupac and Big was still here, but they not. But let their legacy live on, and just pray that the ancestors hear our prayers and find justice for both of them. And bringing justice for both of them is getting the individuals that has helped cause their demise. And on that note, happy birthday wherever you at, B.I.G. Bless you, your family, and everybody look like you and got your last name. Because if they look like you, bro, they need a blessing.
Already, happy birthday, big man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Shout out to the crowd, man. It's my boy Gene, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We about to get up out of here, man.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm about to start the show.
Start the show then, Gene. People been waiting on you all day.
I'm just gonna wait till everybody come in.
Why you gotta wait, man? Just start the show. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, come one, come all. Yeah, they in here. Yo, Gene. I see y'all coming in. You got Dr. DeCosta. You got Pretty Gangster. The Deacon's daughter. Oh, they in here now. Lucky Lefty, Big'em. All your moderators. Christy O. Todd. Oh, they flooding in. The Train Master. I see him now.
Yeah, come and be a member, y'all. On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow. Gene be talking that real shit. Yo, we gotta go through that.
Yeah, this Jay Prince fam, huh? What's going on? What's up with it, Jay Prince? Oh, sure. Alright, this paperwork party, man. I seen you was on my Instagram today. Paperwork party, all on you. Paperwork party, all on you.
The GeneDealShow, paperwork a producer. We sliding in like Medusa. It's getting looser and looser. Got some exclusive for losers. They on my Instagram daily. They mad cause paperwork and Gene undercut. They gon' hate me. So get your membership, subscribe and hit the like button. Best content on YouTube. We ain't doing this shit for nothing. Come on. The Cash App, PayPal, or hit the super chats. Relax and tune in. We about to give you the
Yeah, come and be a member, y'all. On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Yeah.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
Come and be a member, y'all.
I'm a member.
On the GeneDealShow.
On the GeneDealShow.
paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer. We sliding in like Medusa. Paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer, paperwork a producer. That's on that GeneDealShow. Paperwork a producer, my boy GeneDeal, man. Paperwork a producer. We sliding in like Medusa. Paperwork the producer, paperwork the producer, paperwork the producer. That's on that GeneDealShow. Lego. Yeah, yeah.